back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy III for the Nintendo Famicom system. I'm going to start today's episode by showing the jobs and equipment setup for our 4 characters here. So Fang is back to being a warrior. Got the Serpent Sword, Shell Helm, Shell Armor that we got in that last dungeon. Tupelo is going to be Black Mage. And he got all those level 2 spells. So you see that how he's set up there. Tangeweenie is now going to be a monk, and that's because the monk has the best vitality growth. Red Mage had the worst vitality growth, so this will help Tangeweenie gain some hit points, and she missed out on. As you can see, she has the lowest amount of hit points. And Baby Moo is still the White Mage. I have Tangeweenie with some magic, and Baby Moo has some magic that she can't use. And I only have that set up like that because in the future, eventually, endgame, Tangeweenie and Baby Moo will be mages, the Sage class, which is the ultimate mage. So I'm kind of, in a sense, setting them up for that all the way as early as now. So y'all have guts, thanks. So let's talk with all the pirates here. There's Pops. You guys are such heroes. You can have the Enterprise as promised. You're amazing. You're amazing. Pop's my good old hairless rat. I'm living up in heaven now. Let's go talk with the old pirate out here. Y'all have guts, thanks. And Desh also has some new dialogue. Thank you, young ones. The Nepto Dragon has finally calmed down. We got a ship. Now I can find beautiful women. Kidding. Speaking of women, now that we have the ship, or we're about to get the ship, we can travel back to Canaan. That's where Desh left his girlfriend, so we can go talk with her. We all have guts, thanks. Now I can sleep. Alright. And these pirates, the Vikings, I should say, they all tell us the same thing, that we all got guts. Alright, and we also got a ship. So now we can step onto that ship, and when we try to leave the bay, we won't be attacked by the Nepto Dragon. Yep, we can go right in there. So we had a battle there with Sahagins. I'll show them off a little bit later, because the next battle is a better battle to show them off in, because of what happens in it, so let's head back to Desh's girlfriend's place and see what she has to say. I forget her name. Selena. Desh, I'm sorry, but I'm not finished with my task. I'll wait for you. Let's go talk with Selena's mom here. Desh, you've mistaken me for somebody else. You ain't gonna owe up to it. I heard in Canaan that King August knows the secret to airships. Sid told us about him as well. But we're not gonna look for him right away. We have some other things we want to do first. Get into a battle here, and here's the Sahagins. I want to keep this battling rather than the first one because this is the first time we have a back attack. So in back attacks, the enemies get a free round to attack you, and all your formations are switched around. So now our fighters are in the back row and our mages are in the front row. So you can switch your rows. I switched Fang there. If you press the right button, you can move someone in the back row there to the front row, and if someone's in the front row, you can press left button and move them to the back row. You can do this during a regular attack as well, but you just have to, reverse it. So if we were in a normal battle and we wanted to bring Baby Moo up to the front, we would just press left, and when it's her turn, and move. But the only reason I'm not doing it here for everybody is because after the battle, the rows don't reset, so you'd have to go back into your menu and go to the form command and change everybody back to their initial thing. So I'll show that off when I'm done here, because I'm going to have to go into the menu and move Fang back up to the front of the party. So, yeah, it could be kind of annoying that it doesn't reset afterwards. It keeps the formation that you changed in battle. quite a few new sea enemies. We'll find them around there. But we're not going to be spending too much more time in the seas. As you can see, Fang's in the back row. We go to form, select Fang, and then press left. I'm going to head to this little village down here. Tokol. Looks like it's seen better days. Go away, I have nothing you want. These guys are like Sid. They jump away when you talk with them. I beg you, don't kill me. Oh, somebody must attack this village. Hey, there's a kid there. Maybe he knows what's going on. We talk with him, and he runs and hides behind this fireplace. And the mom comes out. Please spare my child, my only child. You're not one of them. I'm sorry. I thought those soldiers came back. They took my husband to the desert to the west. They wore the seal of Argus. Desh told us the King Argus knows about airships. My husband, I hope he's okay. So, something's going on with King Argus. It's good. I heard about these future-seeing blind sages called Golgans living in a valley. Wonder if it's true. Those are all places we're going to have to go find out about. Now, we can find some pretty good equipment hidden around this village. I guess it kind of got scattered. Maybe some soldiers dropped it. And then the villagers have some equipment themselves in one of the fireplaces. So it's a good thing that kid kind of showed us that, hey, you can go in the fireplaces. This was dropped by soldiers during their attack. The seal of Argus. No way, King Argus? There would be a demon in the sands to the west. It's a giant tree that moves. You should go check it out. Far west, past the desert, is a town of people who claim to be descendants of ancients. Alright, so it looks like our paths head to the west. This is the abode of the Elder of Tokol. You must speak with him. I'm Tokol's elder. The soldiers pillaged our town, stealing our food and young ones. They came from the desert to the west after that big earthquake. Look at what they did to this village. There's a hidden stairway in the fireplace. We've stored weapons in the basement, but none of us are strong enough to use them. Take the weapons and save our town. And these weapons are going to be really good for if you have a monk. So that's a weapon for a monk. And that is armor for the monk, the Kenpo-gi. So Tangeweenie will get that stuff. Upgrade to her defense and her offense. Replace the nunchuck. That's the because the tonfa is a better weapon. That's the one we found in the Sassoon Castle. Let's head on out of this place, and then I'm gonna explore the rest of the town because there's a few more items that we can find in the grass. So, not that piece over there. Go to the left. Wrong one. There we go. A Lamia scale. That's like an item you can use in battle to I think confuses enemies. And then in the corner here, we have a great bow, another great bow. We'll end up selling that. And a Bacchus wine. That increases your attack power in battle. The Black Mage is the one that can use the bows currently right now. But we're going to get some new equipment for the Black Mage in a little bit. So there's the kind of giant tree that moves around. Can't enter it, so we're just going to walk past it and head to the west to that village that we were told that the people claim to be descendants of the ancients. So, looks like we're in the clouds. Huh. That's weird. We'll learn about that in a little bit. Now we got the multi-tiered village here. We're going to head on this bottom tier first, or the second to the bottom tier. And inside this tree, you got to search at the base. We get a second serpent sword. And that'll be really good. It's like lightning elemental, so it'll be really good against monsters in the sea. We're starting to get some elemental type equipment here. So that'll be really good when we attack monsters in the sea. And we're going to upgrade our armor here. Sell a whole bunch of this stuff here. Most of it we're never going to use again, so let's just get rid of all of it because we got a lot of stuff we need to buy. Yeah, money's going to be tight for a little bit here, but once we get this gear, we'll have a few dungeons to build up our money back up again. We won't need the Red Mage anymore, so we can get rid of that Right Slayer. Yeah, we'll never use a Red Mage again, so I could have sold both great bows. I'll probably sell the other one again. I'll sell it a little bit later. But we'll get a new flame armor that protects against ice attacks. We'll get a headband for Tangeweenie, and 2 mage's robes for Tupelo and Baby Moo. So we're getting quite a few armor increases here, which is good because a lot of our stuff is still, you know, the stuff we got back on the first town. Seemed like only the one who was getting really good equipment was Fang, our warrior. But now Tangeweenie's gonna have a nice boost there to her equipment. And we can sell this old stuff that we just got. Leather armor and shell armor. Didn't use the sail armor too long. Alright, let's head over around to the other side. That's where we'll get the weapons store. But we're not hurting for weapons. So we won't have to buy anything here. But it does give you a preview of what is going to happen soon. So we can see that they have some killer bow and a bunch of elemental arrows. So eventually we're going to be getting a new class that can use bows. Let's head on up here. Here's the revival area here. You need to use that, but just showing it off. Let's talk with these old men. Light and dark have their own will. They choose 4 mortals and bless them with their power. The 4 dark warriors that stopped the flood of light and saved the world were chosen by darkness. And now you 4 have been chosen by the light. You mustn't abuse that power. So there's dark warriors out there. Our will commands us to let ourselves be guided by the great will. We do not rely on machinery. Out of the way, old man. Move. Getting in our way. Let's talk with this guy here. The flood of light, the disaster caused by the ancients long ago. With the crystals, they abused the power of light, and it overflowed and destroyed the world. 4 warriors from the dark world came to vanish the light, but it was too late. The ancients were wiped out. The survivors settled in this land. This continent is floating in the air. Don't believe me? The ancients designed it. So that's why we're in the clouds. A floating continent. The Tower of Owen keeps this land aloft. Chocobos live in a forest east of here. That's a circular forest. Yeah, they unlike Final Fantasy II, where Chocobos first appeared, they kind of distinguished where Chocobos are gonna live from now on by making the forest circular. So you can kind of tell, oh, there's something special about this forest. So we don't need any more magic there. That sight spell, like I said, blows up the map so you can see where you gotta go head to. Not important for us, because I know where we need to go. Or I know the terrain around the area, so just gotta get this lady out of our way so we can go back down. Nothing on this other than the inn on this level. We're descendants of the ancient. We live as our rule commands. Let's go to the inn and heal up. But let's talk with this boy real quick. And he's going to give us a challenge similar to the one in Final Fantasy V. I'll give you a prize if you run around the edge of the continent on a chocobo. There's that person in the Mirage Village in Final Fantasy V. If you've seen my playthroughs of the 4-Drop Fiesta in the Third World, Mirage is a hidden town, and someone in there says, hey, if you can run around the entire world on a chocobo, I'll give you a prize. He gives you a Mirage vest, which is a really good piece of equipment. We're not going to get as good as a reward here, but still it's worth something doing, so. Chocobo, like Final Fantasy II, when you're on the chocobo, you won't get into random encounters, so it'll be a good way for us to explore the entire world here, the entire floating continent. But we'll do that in our next episode. Thanks for following along. See you in the next one. Bye.